Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And which of these 8 Mavericks are we going to go to first? Well, we're going to go to the Metal Valley. You'll see why it's called the Metal Valley. I'm actually going to take Zero and Axel. Oh, we have new navigators.
My name is Lair. My specialty is analyzing enemy abilities. I hope I can be of use.
Hi, I'm Pallet. I'm good at analyzing routes through stages.
I don't suppose I need to say it, but I, Aelia, will also assist in navigation. Before you head into battle, be sure to choose a navigator to assist you. Of course, if you're feeling confident, you can always choose to go it solo.
That's awesome. We don't even have to have a navigator anymore. The navigators in this game are not as intrusive as they were in, well, since they have been since X5. I'm going to pick someone who's not Aelia. They each have 3 different things. We're going to Earth Rock Trilobite. Well, more on the navigators in a little bit.
Is used extensively in the Jacob project. You have to put down the rebellion immediately or risk the project.
They'll all have a similar message at the start of a stage. And they all do pretty much what is described. But, well, okay, so we want to be Zero, because we have double jump here. We want to climb up these bones. And, oh, I felt, how did I... Oh, you saw that rare metal. Oh, we missed it now. Yeah, I wanted Zero's double jump to get that. Oh, well. We'll be back here plenty of times later. So we'll have more opportunities to pick that up. Now, when one of your characters dies in this game, you will automatically switch to the other character. And there's a red. You just want to keep moving. This part is tough to not get hit because you've got the shielded guy, and then you have the guy, the big mechanoloid that's chasing you. That you can't really do much about. You can't even get that far ahead of him because he'll have what's known in video games as the rubber band effect. Make sure you hit this lever here. I mean, it's not completely necessary to get the thing, but it's very helpful to get the thing. You'll see what I mean a little bit. We get here, and we need to smash the crane into this guy's face. Now, if you hang out on top, he can use his laser. And don't hang out on top after you hit him, because he will point his laser directly at you instead of just above you and then sweeping downward like that. But yeah, this is how you dodge him. It does a ton of damage. Now, what you want to do, here's why I brought Axel. You don't say, Pallet. So, with this mechanoloid, you could have done this while he was chasing you, but it's tricky. Oh, and so yeah, here's where each of the navigators will give you different messages at different points in the stages. Aelia will overlap some of them, but we also need Axel here to use his hovering ability, so we can get all of this stuff and this rare metal. Once again, the rubber band effect is going to make it so this guy is not actually going to get far ahead of us once you reach, like, this point. And so one of the reasons I wanted Axel, not just that rare metal, but this guy will drop red metals the more you hit him. It does not matter how much you hit him or how little you hit him in this section. So the whole, you need to stop this thing before he self-destructs and destroys the place, that message does not mean anything. Absolutely nothing. So just keep blasting him, and this is a great way for you to farm metals early on. You know, look at how many we have. Yeah, let him drop a few of those and then run and pick them up. Because they will disappear after a short while. So yeah, this is one of the 3 main reasons that I wanted to bring Axel here. Zero's job was to get that rare metal at the start, which we didn't end up getting. But we can't collect everything in this stage right off the bat right now anyways, so we'll be back. Yeah, there it is. It's just taunting me. It can actually be kind of tricky to get because of the rubber band effect, so he will never get farther ahead of you, and when he's chasing you, you can never get super far ahead of him because he will just, you know, rubber band his way up to you. And you notice as he's stomping his way through the stage, new enemies are being revealed, spikes that were previously covered up are now becoming uncovered, so the trip back is a bit different than the trip in. I do like that effect. And he jumps off into the sky. We'll pick up a few more. And then we get to the mini-boss room, and this is another place where you want Zero. Now, a single jump can land you on top of these crystal walls, as you saw there. But the double jump is just makes things go a lot smoother through here. Because if you get smashed by one of, well, you get pinched into a wall by one of these crystals, you will take quite a bit of damage. And then it repeats the same pattern. I feel like it's a little bit faster here. Don't worry about the crystal shards after they break. Those can't hurt you. It's only the initial walls themselves. And once we do that, we get our goodies. And now we have another showdown with this Mechanoid. This is a fairly easy starting stage as well. Then again, I've gotten multiple game overs on basically every stage when I first played this game. Oh, he grabbed me. He's not supposed to be able to grab me there. That's fine. We'll be Axel while Zero recovers a little bit. Sometimes you can hit this thing and it won't end up hitting him based on his position, like right there it missed. So it's not always a guaranteed hit. But just keep going back and forth. Keep trying, you'll hit him. I think he takes like 5 hits. I'm going to switch back to Zero because I don't want Axel being damaged. I want Axel for the boss. The third main reason I wanted Axel for the stage was the boss. Oh, and he's done. Cool. And we're actually at the end of the stage here. Yep, there's our boss gate. Now, if you had Lair as a navigator here, she would tell you basically what type of weapon this boss is weak against, giving you a very good hint as to what their weakness is. Aelia will give you a more vague hint as to their weakness, and Palette's not going to tell you anything.
I don't suppose a half-baked prototype like you could guess what I'm getting at. You Mavericks never made a lick of sense to me. I've been chosen and you've been left behind. You'll never be as brilliant as me.
Okay, so a few things about this battle. The other reason I wanted Axel for this, the boss is shielded. So you need to break his shield, and Axel has the easiest time doing that, since all you do is just do a continuous fire until it breaks. You don't have to get up close and do a triple slash like Zero. Now, the issue that this guy is going to be difficult is because it's the first Maverick. These bouncing balls can be really tricky to avoid. I'm surprised I did as well as I did there. Swap back. Oh, and that thing just fell over on me. Okay, back to Zero. Now, if you notice, if you switch back to... Oh, well, kind of forced to switch to a character when he dies. If you switch back to a character before they've fully recovered their red health, the area that was red that they could have potentially recovered completely goes away. Another thing you'll notice is the boss's invincibility frames work a bit differently in this game. This is going to get bad. Because they have invincibility frames and they don't at the same time. Yeah, that's kind of vague. Oh, here's his super attack. Bosses also have super attacks. This is also where I'd kind of want Zero, but as you can see, that's not fully necessary either. So yeah, during these super attacks, the bosses are invincible, and we are not. So you can see that he takes kind of... The Mavericks will take, like, burst damage in this game. Mavericks and other bosses will take burst damage in this game, and then they'll have invincibility frames. I kind of like this and kind of don't at the same time. It basically means, you know, we can see Zero's talking scene. Yeah, that's why I died.
Space development. Mavericks don't usually worry about such complicated issues.
Huh. I will not be insulted by a broken down scrap heap like you!
So it's kind of nice in the sense that you can deal a huge chunk of damage at a time instead of a boss getting invincibility frames after every single hit, like every other Mega Man X game. It's not so nice in the sense that if you do a little bit of damage to them, or say you do like not quite enough to trigger their invincibility frames, and then you're spending some time dodging their attacks and whatnot, then you come back to them and try to do like another round of burst damage, you end up only doing a couple bars of health to them, and then they get their invincibility frames again right away. So you do have to be mindful of that. So basically how it works is that at certain points in their health bar, I need to tag out here, certain points in their health bar, they will get invincibility frames, and that's how it works. I made that explanation way more complicated than it needed to be. I need Axel alive. Oh, perfect. This gives Axel time to recover while Zero can double jump his way up here. Overall, it's different. It's a different system. I guess I prefer this system a little bit more than just getting hit once and then getting invincibility frames. Yeah, you can see there I only did a couple bars of health to him instead of like a full burst, but there we got a full burst. So yeah, I think I like this system a bit better than what we previously had. Not that the normal system of invincibility frames after every shot is necessarily bad, but I think it works better. And I think it works more in Axel's favor, especially Axel. It also works for Axe, but definitely Axel with his machine gun. You get a very brief look at the weapons that we get there.
That looked like a hard fight, but there was never any doubt that you'd come out on top.
Ideally, what we need in a weapon get screen... Yes, we know.
If you manage to find a rare metal, be sure to bring it to the lab as soon as you can.
What I'd prefer for a weapon get screen is not only a short demonstration of the weapon like we got here, so it's better than like what we got in X7, where you'd only see the weapon from whoever killed the Maverick.
What's the matter? The mission's only just begun.
That's right. It's begun again. How long must this war go on? Just the thought of wiping the floor with those Mavericks makes my trigger finger itch.
Axel!
No, Aelia. Axel's right.
Whoa.
Time to be wishy-washy here. Even as we speak, Mavericks are causing havoc.
Alright, well, we don't have the I'm not gonna fight X. That's good. And once you clear a mission, we can go back to Noah's Park, the intro level. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna take X and Zero. And why not? We'll take Lair. Yeah, let's take Lair, the boss analyst specialist, to the stage where we've already killed the boss. Seems productive. Lair will also tell you... She'll also give you like a heads-up prompt when there's something you can copy shot. Oh, Ball Brights. Yeah, so we've seen that a little bit before when an enemy starts glowing purple. I guess it's because it's one of those Ball Bright things got into them. Okay. No, we don't need the hover to get through that. That's good. There is a rare metal that we need to double jump to get up here.
That's a rare
There we go.
You can use it to make a new chip when you get back to...
Anyways, weapon get screen. So I like the explanations that we received in, say, Mega Man X4, where it tells us what the weapon can do and what it's good at, and if it has utility purposes. I kind of wish we still had that, which we don't. But unlike X4, I think we also need... Yeah, there's the Bulwark Right enemy power-up there. Thank you for the demonstration. Yeah, we're also going to cheese this mini boss sequence. Yeah, okay. That's just silly. So the weapon get screen, it should have an explanation along with telling us utility purposes of the weapons, but also a visual demonstration showing us what the weapon looks like. We still can't get up there. Don't worry, we'll come back later. So I think those two things just kind of go hand in hand, and a lot of the Mega Man games, both Classic and X Series, especially the X Series, is lacking in both of those departments, or one or more of those departments. But this is especially true in the X Series because a lot of the weapons in the Mega Man X games have utility purposes beyond what it would normally do.
I thought something like this might happen someday, so I've prepared parts for you. First, I'll give you the neutral armor. You can power up this armor by adding parts to it. I have new parts for you. They're Buster Parts I.
The I stands for Icarus.
And you'll gain the ability to perform new kinds of charge attacks. Equip this new ability and board the capsule decks.
Alright, there are 2 armors to get in this game, and fortunately, unlike X6 and X5, we can actually start using parts as soon as we get them. We don't have to get a complete set of the armor. Good design choice. And you can see our normal shots are a little bit stronger, and we can get that fully charged blast stronger. But I don't like that blast because it pauses and makes you stay in place.